good morning. Welcome back to my stream. It's my second stream of the day because my first stream was like 20 seconds long after I realized I forgot to update the notification. So where were we? So last week we were working on the Cinecore challenge and just took a week off of the roguelike tutorial, and now we're switching back to it. Let me change my screen. There we go. So what did we do last time? Let's go back one page. And I think last time we did the spatial mapping stuff, it was a bunch of refactoring so that we could separate out all the concerns into their own systems. And then I did notice this line here. This chapter is in alpha. I'm still applying these fixed to subsequent chapters, and we'll update this when it's done. So I'm a little worried. Kafka says, "Did you solve Cinecore?" I did. I did. It took us 4 days of hard work. I say hard work, but it was a lot of fun, and we did get all the way through. I don't think it's on this one. No, it was on a different window. I solved it. Oh, and I closed the window that solved it in. Oh, what was this? Oh, this is the actual Cinecore website. Okay. Yeah, I solved it. I put the videos up on YouTube, so we can actually get rid of this one here. But yeah, we have a full solution, and it's. I was trying to go through the steps to make a repo out of it, but it has a bunch of. Let's see, dev, Cinecore, there. I created a find weight, a solver, and the Cinecore virtual machine binaries, but I did it in a way such that it makes it hard to do Git. I couldn't figure out how to make because all of these are Git repos, and I wanted to have an overall Git repo and just push them all, but I don't know how to do that. So I gave up. And now we're going to go back to the roguelike tutorial. Yeah, so we just have to be aware that some of the changes that were made in this chapter might not be in the new chapter. Kafka says, "Sweet." Yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was pretty fun. The thing that gave me the most amount of trouble was figuring out how to optimize the algorithm in the virtual machine. That took me 3 tries. It took me 3 tries to get that right. Yeah. So when you're at 6, that's when you're working on that VM optimization. All right, so. Yeah, let's go back, and we're going to work on the item stats chapter, which is another, it looks based on the size of the scroll bar, and it looks like another long chapter. So in the previous chapter, we talked about using initiative to make heavy armor have a movement cost, and making some weapons faster than others. The design document also talks about vendors. Finally, what RPG roguelike is complete without annoying you are overburdened messages and accompanying speed penalties to make you manage your inventory. These features all point in one direction: additional item statistics and integrating them into the game systems. Defining item information. We already have a component called item. All items have it already, so it seems like the perfect place to add this information. So I'll open up components. There it is. It's empty right now. We'll edit item structure to include the information we need for initiative penalties, encumbrance, and vendors. Okay. Of course, we're using weight in pounds because this is pre-metric system. So we're defining initiative penalty, which will be added to your initiative roll to slow you down when equipped or used in case of weapons. Weight pounds, which defines how much the item weighs in pounds, and base value, which is the base price of an item in gold pieces, decimal, so we can allow silver also. we need a way to enter this information. So we open up item structs and edit the item structure. All right, so we're going to just add these guys, I guess. Uh-oh. There we go. Took a while for it to rebuild. So there's wearable, and then we have these three things. I still don't know how to type initiative. Weight and base value. There we go. Note that we're making these optional. If you don't define them, they will default to 0. Lastly, we need to fix the raw master spawn named item function to load these values. Okay. Raw master. I guess it doesn't matter where they go in here. I guess once we have it, we can just do this here. EB with great. And it's going to be okay. And it's going to be weight LBS and then base value and then done. Okay, this is taking advantage of options on wrap or function. Either it returns the wrapped value if there is one, or it returns 0.0. Handy feature to save typing. These values won't exist until you go into spawns.json and start adding them. I've been taking values from the Roll20 compendium for weight and value and pulling numbers out of the air for the initiative penalty. I entered them in the source code rather than repeat them all here. Here's an example. Oh, okay. So basically we have to copy paste the JSON from the source now in order to get all the values. All right. I guess I can live with that. That means all of the stuff we already typed in is going to go away. That's fine. I don't think we did anything special here. And this spawn table now is a lot cleaner. So maybe that's a good thing. All right, so let's save that. Let's go away. Calculating encumbrance and initiative penalties. A simple approach would be to loop through every entity and total up their weight. Well, let's make sure this checks first. Did it make any mistakes? Rogue check is being slow, and we do have errors. Oh, yeah, so now every time we create an item, we have to add those. All right, we're going to have to figure out... Well, we'll get there, I'm sure. The problem with this is that it is potentially rather slow. Lots of entities have equipment, and we really only need to recalculate it when something has changed. We use the same approach of visibility by marking it dirty. So let's start by extending pools to include 2 fields for the totals. All right, so in components, pools, we have pub total weight and pub total penalty, like that. You'll need to open up Spawner and add those fields to the initial pools set up for the player. We'll use zeros and rely on recalculating it. Nope, that's the wrong Spawner. There. Okay, so we have hit points, mana, XP level, and total weight, and total div penalty. There. Likewise, in raw master, a spawn name mob needs to gain these fields as well. Okay. Oops. Okay. Now we need a way to indicate to the game that equipment has changed. This can happen for all sorts of reasons, so we want to be as generic as possible. Open up components and make a new tag component and then register it. Equipment changed. Okay. I guess we can just copy it and put it right here. And register it. Equipped and like that, and then save raw, save load. There we go. Open up spawner and we'll start the player's life with this tag applied. Okay. Like that. And then spawn name mob also has to have it. Okay, and then EB is EB with equipment changed. Put a space there, and now we'll make a new system to calculate this. And it goes in the AIs. We still have to update the item thing. It's not going to compile yet, right? Encumbrance system. I always say this word with another syllable in here, encumbrance. But maybe that's just my regional accent or something. Specs, prelude, star. Is that it? Yeah, that's the last one. And then we're going to use hash map. And then we're going to create the type data out here, so we don't have to worry about the clippy thing. Prints data, take A, and it's going to have a write storage. Entities. Okay, and then read storage. In backpack and equipped, and attributes, and entity. There's a pools for write storage, and then a write expect. I'll just throw that in there. Okay, so let's go change all these guys. In backpack, equipped. This is write storage of pools. And then attributes, and this is read expect of entity. All right, that's good. So now impl tick A, system tick A for encumbrance system. Type system data, encumbrance data. And then we have to destructure it. Okay, if equip dirty is empty, Nothing changed, then we're done. Okay. Build a map of who needs updating. We're doing this for a single, and oh, not yet. We didn't do the for loop part. So this is just the for loop over the entities. So this is saying for every entity that has a equipment dirty tag on it, and it's inserting this to update. Where did we create this to update? Oh, I missed the line right there. Oh, we don't need this, right? And this is weight and initiative. Right? Yep. Okay, so those are those, and then we're going to clear out. And now that we've gone over that loop, we can clear it. Because I guess we're going to assume everything gets processed correctly here. Item equipped. And items and wielded. So why are we doing it this way instead of just looping over the to update? I guess we need the item, because this just gets us the entities. And we're saying now, if for this item, is it owned by somebody? This is just going over every item that's wielded. Let total sales to update get mute. Owner. Okay. I need to step away just for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, so now, so we've done all of this. This is for equipped. Oh, and then we're doing the same thing for carried. Okay. So let's just copy paste, and we can do, instead of item equipped, we do item carried and backpacks. And this is carried owner. Carried owner. Oops. Oops, why did I go up there? There, carried owner. And then these are the same. Okay, and then apply the data to the pools. Oh, sorry, I got the in the wrong spot. Oh well. Entity, and then weight. Div. Let some pool. Okay, so what we're doing is we're extracting out the entities pool, and then we're setting it to the weight and initiative for that entity. Okay, if let some attr times what? 15. Okay. if pool total weight as I-32 is greater than carry capacity, then we're overburdened. Pool total initiative penalty plus equals 4.0. Interesting. Oh, because we're setting it here and then we're just adding another 4. Okay. Initiative penalty. Okay. String, and that's it, right? That closes every okay. That was a lot of closes. Let's talk through what this does. If we aren't in the ticking run state, we return. Really? That's okay, that's not here. I wonder if that's in the source for this. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let's go to chapter 58, which is what we're on now, and take a quick look at that. Source AI, encumbrance system. No, there's no ticking thing in here. Okay, so it must be an old... If we aren't in the ticking run state, we return. If there aren't any equipment change entries, we return. If we cycle through all the entities with an equipment change entry and store them into update, we remove the equipment change tags. That's this line here. We cycle through all the equipped and carried items. And then we update every entity. We also need to call the system. So in run systems, we're going to do that. Yeah, this is going to fail still because we can't cargo run yet because of the item here. Which we haven't talked about yet. So let's take a look at raw. Maybe I missed it in the code, but raw master, we're going to have to set that in our item spawn system, or item spawn named item. Yeah. So did I do this and I remember typing something in along those lines. Oh yeah, up here. Okay. So maybe we just put this where this came from here. There we go. Like that. And then wasn't there one in player? Oh, this is that magic mapping scroll. Remove after removing from main. Did I remove it from main already? No, I did not. So why don't we do that, take the opportunity to do that now. We can add a spawn named entity of magic mapping here. And that way it's in our inventory instead of on the ground. And then we can just get rid of it from here. And get rid of it from here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so everything run checks. If you cargo run now, we'll calculate encumbrance for everyone once and only once. We haven't added equipment change tags after changes. Okay, but we should be able to at least do it. Oh, right, and then I restarted, so I have to start this. Dev RT WASM basic HTTP server. Oh, and then I got to regenerate the WASM here, and then go over here, Let's pull up the console. Close that. Okay, connection refused because it wasn't running. And let's do refresh. There's the dungeon. Okay, make this a little bit bigger so we can see the whole screen. And now if we begin a new game, we've calculated the encumbrance, but that's all we've done. Okay. But it seems to be working. It didn't crash. That's the good news. We need to update inventory systems so that pickup, drop, and use of items, which may destroy them, triggers an update. The system for picking up items is a very simple change. All right. There's the item collection system. For pickup and once pickup join. So we just add this one line here, right? After we do the backpack insert, we say dirty insert pickup collected by, and then in backpack owner pickup collected by, and expect unable to insert. Oh, that's all we're saying? Okay. I can live with that. Then we have to obviously add dirty to the thing here, and it's a write storage. And then when we destructure it, we're going to have to add it here. And I think that's all we need to do. Oh, we do need to add it up here. All right, so this should check. Ha! Okay, so what did I do wrong? Oh, my brain went to the wrong line there. Okay, equipment changed. And we can just do that, right? Okay. Yeah, I started reading here and then my eyes jumped up to here. Oops. Okay, we pretty much do the same thing for using an item. So item use system, which is very big, but that's okay. Write storage of equipment changed. Gotta add it to the end of this. Calling it dirty also, and then we'll just dirty insert for each entity. Hi VM user, how are you? Thanks for joining. Equipment changed. Okay, so that's that line there, and this should check, right? We have 2 warnings though. Well, we'll figure out the warnings in a second. Let's finish this up here. Dropping an item. Let's copy that, and then item drop system. Paste that there. We'll add the mutt dirty here. And then we want to do after backpack remove, we do the same thing. Oh, why is there only one dirty dot insert? What did I do? Oh, that's why. Okay. 3y. And then this is backpack insert, and then I keep forgetting that Shift Y is cursor to the end of the screen, and then this is oh, this is not this. This should be entity. Oops. VM user says, I'm fine. You? I'm great. Thank you. Problems with code? Not yet. We're still working our way through the tutorial here. We haven't hit any issues just yet. But there should be one more dirty. I just want to double check that I did this right. Yep, I did. Okay. So that's good. Oh, this is where you remove. But this is, yeah, this is the item remove data. What about drop? Item drop. Here's item drop. And I didn't put it here. I guess I got to put it here too, right? Oh, there is no entity? Oh, this item collection. Did I just... What did I mess up here? This is item... Oh, this is item use. Item collection has a dirty insert. Oh, that was supposed to be pickup collected by. Okay. And this doesn't have dirty. Item remove. We didn't talk about that one yet, did we? There's item collection, item use, item drop. I guess item remove should also do it, right? But why is this not failing? Good morning, Just a Bubble. I mean, why is this not compiling? It's on item remove. Oh, because I didn't add it to this. Okay. Duh. So let's put this here. Equipment changed. Mute dirty. And that should check out then. Yep. Okay. And we still have 2 warnings. And they are okay, line 120. Why is this one warning? Oh, because I'm not doing expect. Expect, unable to insert marker. I don't know what it actually says in the thing, but that's what I'm going to put. Okay, so that's better. Showing the player what's going on. However, it's very unlikely your player has a debugger running. Oh, if you cargo run, you can see in a debugger that modifiers are taking effect. Okay, I'm not running a debugger. We should let the player see the effects of their actions so they can plan accordingly. We modify the user interface to actually show the player what's happening. First, we'll move the list of equipped items down by 4 lines. Why 4? So we can have some white space, a line for initiative, a line for weight, and a future line for money when we get there. Okay. Let's open up our GUI. I didn't put in a comment there for equipped. Oh yeah, I did right here. Okay, so we're going to change this to 13 to move that down, and now we're going to add in initiative and weight. Colon 0.0 LBS max, and player pools total weight, and then adder might base plus adder might modifiers times 15. Okay, so now this is the second place we have this calculation done. That's not good. Format initiative penalty. And it's just player pools. Like that. This one indented. I don't know why this one didn't. Okay. And then note that format macro is :0 for the placeholder, telling Rust to format 0 decimal places. If you cargo run now, you'll see what we're displaying in our totals. So right here. All right. Does this check? Oh, that's why that indented differently. Okay. All right. So let's build a WASM here. And in about 20 seconds, we'll be able to see these two new lines. All right, refresh, begin new game. Now here you go, 0 pounds, 165 pounds max. But we are carrying a bunch of things. And we do have some equipment, right? So it should not say 0 pounds. And here, what we do, we have 6 pounds, 165 max. Initiative penalty 2. And here our initiative penalty is 0. So I wonder if there's an issue with the spawns here. If I say rusty longsword, yeah, it says weight pounds 3, base value 10. Okay. And then the stained tunic has 1 pound, so that should be 4. And torn trousers, that brings us to 5. And then old boots, which are right down here, weight pounds is another 1. So that's 6. So that's where the 6 pounds comes from, but we're not seeing that here. Which means, oh, yeah, I know why. Because we're not actually running the system. Let me scroll back here. We should be, yes, this line here I just totally skipped over. Source, tutorial, game state, run systems. Place it before the call to initiative. Where's the call to initiative? There it is, right there. Carino, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I hope it went well. I didn't see you doing Rust though this morning. What were you doing? Encumbrance, run now, southeast, yes. Okay, so now it should work, right? Oh, of course we have to pull it in. Oh, I have to put it in the mod here, right? Yeah. And then colon, encumbrance system. Oh, and I misspelled write storage. What else? Oh, the encumbrance data doesn't work, right? We can't join on it. So that one error made 4 mistakes there. And then total initiative penalty. penalty. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now let's regenerate the WASM. And we should actually have a visible encumbrance system right here. And refresh. Oh, we're at 11 pounds. Oh, because I added in, I bet you the magic mapping scroll and the confusion scroll add to that. Okay, I don't know if the dried sausage counts. Oh, yeah, dried sausage is 2 pounds. Wow, that's a lot of sausage. And how much is the beer? 2 pounds of beer and 2 pounds of sausage. And then confusion. How much does the confusion scroll away? Half a pound. All right. So there's 2, 4, 5 right in my inventory. And then 6 more here makes 11. So that adds up. That adds up. I wonder if they, for this, oh, I don't know why I have that window. I wonder if for the example code they don't have any, because they have, I see, it changes depending on what you do. You can drop everything and get down to 6. So if I say drop A, drop A, drop A, drop A, then I'm down to 6. Okay, and if I point here, I should see everything. Yep. All right. I wonder what happens when the pop-up things get too big for the screen. Karina says, how much is left in the tutorial? I mean, let's see. We started 70 days ago with this. So I'd say we're about 2/3 done with the tutorial, but I don't know how long each of these chapters are. So we'll see. And once I'm done with the tutorial, then what's going to happen? I'm thinking I create my own roguelike, but I think that'll be less interesting to watch because progress is going to be a lot slower than just following a tutorial, right? Ifa says 70 days ago. Well, 70 streams ago, right? If I go to my YouTube, I think I have. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Content. Yeah. So I'm up to 69 nice streams. And then so we just need, today is the 70th stream of doing this tutorial. But I started a long time ago. Back in October, maybe? I can't remember. I have to look now because you asked. Everybody, this is Ethos' fault. Here it is. October 5th. And I played Heaven's Fall back in 2019 on my PS4, I think. Yeah, so I've been doing this since October. Anyway. Ifan says, that's some dedication right there. I always give up on tutorials. Yeah, but I'm actually having fun, and part of the fun actually is interacting with chat. So I would recommend streaming your tutorial. Then you might have more fun with it. So actually updating initiative. Karina says, yes, I really appreciate the persistence. Thank you. I don't see it as a chore though. And I'm sure you didn't mean it like that. I'm seeing this as fun, and it's learning and sharing and interacting. So it's less persistence and more I look forward to actually doing this every day. Although I was thinking what I should do is alternate 1 week of, 1 week doing this and then switching off, doing something else, like I did with Cinecore. That was a good way to refresh my brain. So the stream isn't just all roguelike tutorial, right? So we're missing one rather important step, actually using the initiative penalty. Open up the initiative system and we'll rectify that. Remember the to-do statement we left in there? Now we have something to go there. First we'll add pools, and then we'll add the current total penalty to the initiative value. I don't actually remember that, adding a to-do, but it's not in tutorial, it's in AI. To-do. Oh, there's initiative. More initiative granting boosts / penalties will go here later. Okay. So we need to add pools after point. And that means I have to pull in pools up here. Right? And then we have to destructure pools. And then we're going to apply the pool penalty. I guess we can leave the to-do in because there's more to done. Ifa says, now I want to follow this tutorial too. I'm on chapter 58, but let me copy the link here, and you can go right to the first chapter. I'll just throw that into chat, and then you can check it out. It's been fun. But again, mostly because I've been chatting with people while doing it. So that's half of the fun right there. Some pools.get entity. And I don't know, maybe I should turn this stream into a tutorial stream, so we just run through tutorial after tutorial. That might be a good way to keep things going. Although the Cinecore challenge was not a tutorial. It was very much me doing like an Advent of Code light stream. All right, the initial penalties take effect. You can play the game for a bit and see how the values affect gameplay. You've made larger, more damaging weapons incur a speed penalty. So now the more equipped an entity is, the slower they go. This applies some balance to the game. Fast dagger wielders get more blows in relative to slower armored longsword wielders. Equipment choice is no longer just about getting the biggest bonuses. It also affects speed/weight. Ifa says variety is good, I think. And VM user says have a combination with tutorial. Yeah, that's a good idea. In other words, it's a balancing act, giving the player multiple ways to optimize their build. If you get player posting builds about your game, celebrate. It means they're really enjoying it. Okay, so let's commit these changes. Oops. Okay, let's commit these changes. INI system. There. Okay. All about the cache. Oh, good. We're about halfway through. And I'm about halfway through the stream. We've added a base value field to items, but aren't doing anything with it. In fact, we have no notion of currency whatsoever. Let's go with a simplified gold pieces system. Gold is the major number before the decimal point, and silver is the fractional, with 10 silver to the gold. We'll not worry about smaller coinages. In many ways, currency is a pool, just like hit points and similar. You spend it, gain it, and it's best handled as an abstract number rather than trying to track each individual coin, although that's quite possible with an ECS. So we'll further extend the pools component to specify gold. Okay? Pub gold F32. Applying it to pools means that the player and all NPCs potentially have gold. I'll open up spawner and modify the player function to start the impoverished hero with no money at all. Okay. NPCs should also carry gold, so you can liberate them from the burdens of a mercantilist thought once slain. Okay. Open up mob structs and we'll add gold field to the NPC definition. And this is gold. Oops. My G key sometimes sticks. We've made gold an option so it doesn't have to be present. After all, why would a rat carry cash? We also made it a string so it can be a die roll rather than a specific number. It's told to have bandits always drop 1 gold. Now we'll need to modify Rawmaster's spawn name mob function to actually apply gold to NPCs. Okay, so gold is if let sum gold Oh, this is grabbing a new random number generator. This messes up the whole... starting seed thing. Wait, parse dice string? Oh, that's right. We had a parse dice string, but I don't think it's... Oh, it is here. Okay. We did put it in our code. I thought there was one built into the random number generator that we were using. Okay. Good enough. RNG roll dice ND plus B is F32. Else 0.0. I'll put a comma. Right? So this is just grabbing a random number based off of the parsed dice string. Okay. So we're telling the spawner if there's no gold specified, use 0. Otherwise, parse the dice string and roll it, and use the number of gold pieces. Next, when the player kills someone, we should loot their cash. You pretty much always want to pick money up, so there's no real need to drop it and make the player remember to collect it. See, now this is a cop-out, right? Because they're saying, okay, I don't want to create a new item type called gold and then pick it up and have to worry about cheating. I call cheating on this. In damage system, first add a new immutable variant next to XP gain, gold gain. Okay, so let's go to damage system. XP gain. Let mute gold gain 0.0 F32. Shrishak, hi, how are you? Kafka says, that's not cheating, that's avoiding a nuisance for the player and the dev. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I uncall my shenanigans call. That's a good way to put it. All right, so then next to where we add XP. Oh, and we just add the gold gain right there. Okay. So that's right here. No, it isn't. Stats hit point current is less than 1. And damage dot from player. But I have and damage dot 1. That's different, isn't it? Alright, well, I'm going to ignore that issue. Gain plus equals stats gold. Then when we update the player's XP, we also update their gold. Okay. XP is not, gain is not 0, or gold gain is not equal to 0.0. So we get mute player stats, player attributes, player XP. Okay. Player stats dot gold plus equals gold gain. Now, is there any code in here that assumes that XP gain? No. This is just saying if we've gone up a level, then handle this. So I'm going to separate that out because it's just for this part. Okay. Next, we should show the player how much gold they have. So in the GUI, we'll add next to where we put in weight initiative, we'll put in gold. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the GUI. Initiative. And then down here, money, CTX, print color. Gold, and then black for the background, and then format. And now we have 1 decimal point, place. Gold. Right, lastly, we should give bandits some gold. So in spawns.json, all right, so let's make sure this all checks. It does not check. Oh. Semicolon there. And didn't like my format here. Oh, bang. I keep forgetting the bang. Okay, what else? That's it. All right, so lastly, we should give the bandit some gold and spawns.json, open up the bandit entry and apply gold. Okay. There we go. So bandit. Here's the bandit. Oh, it already had it in there. Okay, because we copy pasted the final version. That's fine. In the source code, I've also given gold to goblins, orcs, and other humanoids. You should too. Okay. Yep, 1d8 for orcs. I see it. 1d6 for goblins. And kobold get 1d4. Bats do not have gold. Okay. If you cargo run now, you'll be able to gain gold by slaying enemies. You also see me equipping myself after slaying the bandit. Initiative and weights update properly. Neat. Okay. So let's do that. Let's refresh this guy. Right, refresh. Begin new game. Alright, so if I go... Oh, I can just hit cheat T to get to there. Well, wolf isn't going to have any gold, and a rat isn't going to have any gold. But there, I just saw a bandit up there. Let's see if we can kill the bandit. I can. Bandit is dead, and now I have 1.0 gold. Okay. What did I just pick up? I pick up the dagger. Does the dagger have better stats? I guess we need a way to show the stats. I forget what the dagger stats are versus the rusty longsword. Oh, there's another bandit. Now if I kill it, I killed it, and now I have 6 gold. Nice. Bear Duda, hi, how are you? Alright, so that's working. Let's get this checked in. Say this. I keep using that term, checked in. Players now can collect gold from slain enemies. I'll just say mobs. Okay. Trading with vendors. Another good way to gain gold and free up your inventory is to sell it to vendors. The antecedent for it is gold. So what this is saying is another good way to gain gold is to sell gold to vendors. But I think they meant items here, right? That's the only word that would make sense. We'd like to keep the interface simple, so we want walking into a vendor to trigger the vendor screen. Let's modify the barkeep entry to include a note that he's A, a vendor, and B, sells food. Oh, I see. This line here. Okay. Ooh. He's got 2d6 gold, but you can't slay him. You can only swap places with him. No, it's in Raws. Here. Barkeep. Oh, he's already got the vendor food. Right, because, again, I copy-pasted the final version. We need to update mob structs to support vendor tags being an option. That will contain a list of category strings. Okay. Mob structs. And then vendor. Okay. We'll also need to make a vendor component. You may remember that we had one before, but it was tied to AI. This time it's actually designed to handle buying and selling. So I'll add it to components and register it in main and save load system. So we took it out, we're putting it back in. And it just has pub struct vendor, pub categories, deck string. Like that, and then in main, we have to register it. Vendor, and it goes up here. Okay, and then save load system. put it next to item. Oh, that was a bad choice. There we go. Okay, so that's the save load system. And then a quick change to our raw master's spawn named mob makes this component attached to vendors. Okay, so we'll go to raw master. Pools. I think this is spawn name mob. Yep. Okay, so we can do it right here, I guess, if let some vendor. Categories. There we go. Okay, let's open main and add a new state to run state. I put it in game state. And it's going to be called show vendor. Okay, now we need to update player's try move player function to trigger vendor mode if we walk into a vendor. That's in here. So we need to grab vendors. Oh, I see. We have result and swap entities here. So we can just say vendors is read storage vendor. Okay. That's that. That's that. Entity player pause view shed. That's what we have still. This checks. And there's the destination. Oh, okay. So right here, before we check to see if it's hostile, you say if. Oh, we don't care. We're going to throw it away. So we can just say vendors get potential target is some. Return some, run state, show vendor target, and mode is, what's the vendor mode? Vendor mode sell. Okay, we're going to have to add vendor modes, which we haven't done yet, because I forgot to do it. Pub enum vendor mode buy sell. Do I need to add it to the top here? No. I did create star, so we got everything. Okay. We also need a way to determine what goods the vendor has for sale. So in item structs, we'll add a new optional field to the item definitions of vendor category. Okay. And it's an option string. Sharper Guy 91, thank you for the follow. And then go to response.json and add a vendor category tag to rations. Okay, but we probably already have that, right? Given the fact that I did a copy paste. Yep, vendor category food. Very good. Now we can add this function to rawmaster. Get vendor items. Let's put all the pub functions together. There we go. So, yeah, let's put it right here. Get. Ah, see, now they're doing is not doing the vec of strings. I guess we finally caught up with Clippy. What is this returning? It's returning, maybe it's a list of items and their prices. if let sum cat is equal to item vendor category, if categories contains cat and item base value is sum. Let's see, we use is sum here. Result push item name clone item base value unwrap. Okay, so it is the name and value of the, and then we're going to just return result. Name and value of the items that the vendors can sell. So we'll head over to GUI and create a new function, show vendor menu. All right, I'll throw this at the, oh, this is tooltips. Pub fund main menu. Okay, well, let's put it right above that. Let's start with an enum, vendor result. Why is this not a pub function? Oh, this is vendor sell menu and this is show vendor menu. Vendor buy menu. Oh, and then show vendor menu is the pub. I got it. So we're going to write these two functions up here before we get to the actual show vendor menu, which is the pub thing. So I'm going to put this here. Vendor entity mode, and then it's vendor mode. Oh wow. And this returns a vendor result, an option entity, an option string, and an option F32. That's complicated. Vendor mode buy. It's going to be the vendor buy menu. And then vendor sell is the vendor sell menu. Okay. And both of these functions return this mess. Right? Yeah. Okay. And they take the same arguments, although the vendor here is ignored. All right. So let's put these guys here. If I do this like this, and this will be a vendor sell menu, and this will be vendor buy menu, right? And then we just have to underscore the vendor here and the mode. Apparently we don't care about either of those. Ifaz, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to get the player entity. Carino says if lambda is an unnamed function, then tuple is an unnamed struct. Yeah, that's a fair statement to make. Player entity fetch ECS fetch entity. Rust does give them names though, sort of like this is .0, .1, .2, and .3, right? So it's just a different way of naming the things. Like if you have a struct foo with bar string and baz f32, right? Or you could say struct foo with string f32. Right, this one's called, this is foo.bar and foo.baz, or this is foo.0 and foo.1. It amounts to the same thing, it's just how readable you want it, I guess. Let names is gs ecs read storage name. And then we're going to have in backpack and item, and then our entities. So this is name, this is in backpack, and this is item. Backpack items. Okay. I wonder how similar these are. No, they're not similar at all. I was thinking it was going to do the same thing, but it isn't, right? Because this vendor sell menu is when the player wants to sell to the vendor. So it's not the vendor's selling menu, it's the vendor's buying and you're selling. Player sells, vendor buys. Okay. Let inventory is backpack names join filter item. Item 0 owner is player entity. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. So we can put that up there. And then let count inventory count. All right. Okay, so this is doing a join over everything that's has the in backpack component and the name component and filtering everything that the item belongs to the player. Because this returns a list of entities, right? And the entities are going to be items, and the item is going to have an owner. The backpack component of that item is going to have the owner. The count, I'm calling count instead of len, because this just sets up a filter, and the filter doesn't happen until you actually do something with it. And I think that's why we're doing count here. Instead of len. Because if we said len, it probably would say something like filter doesn't have method len defined on it or something like that. 51 count plus 3 as I32. I'm going to do RGB named LTK white and RGB named or LTK black. Can that fit? No, it can't. Okay. And that was draw box. Now we're going to do print color 18 y minus 2 LTK black, and then we're going to say cell, which, let me put this on the next line, item space to switch to buy mode. Okay. And then we're going to print color again. Escape to cancel. And this is on y plus count as as I32 plus 1. Okay. And then we go through the items here. Let mut equipable is vec new. I'm gonna always avoid the specification here unless we have to. Oh, and this is, we're going to complain about enumeration, aren't we? At least a Clippy will. For J, comma, entity, pack, name, item, in, entities, backpack, names, items, dot join, dot filter, item is item 1 owner, because it's going to be the pack, right? Player entity, enumerate. Oops. There we go. Oh no! I've lost my spot. Yeah, okay, here we are. So now we have the CTX set. 17 Y RGB. See, why can't we just do the white thing up there at the top? RLTK, white. We have to keep doing this. White, black, and it's going to be open paren, right? Yeah. RLTK 2 CP437 open paren. Right. Okay, it fits on one line. 17, 18, and 19. This is going to be close, and this is going to be 97 plus J as font char type. Okay, and then 21, name, string, and CTX print 50, oops, CTX print 50Y format bang .1 GP item base value times 0.8. Oops, I missed a quote there. It should be a colon. There we go. And then equipable.push entity y plus equals 1, and we're done with that. Okay, then match CTX key. None means vendor result, no response. None, 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 none. And then some key means we have to match on the key. Space means we're going to return vendor result by mode. And then escape means cancel. Anything else means we're going to try to decode a command here of things to sell. Selection. If selection is greater than -1 and selection is less than count as I32. And now we're going to sell, oh, okay, some equipable selection as use size, none, none. It does not fit. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to return vendor result no response. We're going to ignore any key that's not valid. Okay. And that's the vendor sell menu. The vendor buy menu is going to return. I'm just going to put this in here just temporarily. So if we get on this screen, it'll be there forever, but that's okay. I just want to see if this will build, because we did a lot of typing and I don't want to type in the next one without fixing all these typos. Oh, we have to put vendor mode here. What else? Yeah, vendor mode. Vendor result. We also have to add vendor results. But that was up here, right? Yeah, I just didn't add it here. Derive. Like that. Okay, what else? See, next is ignore me. Okay, let's do a check. We still have a few errors. Item is not found in the scope. Join. Oh, maybe I can't do the enumerate thing. Join exists for tuple specs read, but its trait bounds were not specified. It's read entities res, storage, tutorial components in backpack, right? Okay, I didn't mess this up, did I? This looks all correct. Okay, so maybe it's just the enumerate I was doing. Let's take away the enumerate for now and then see if we can clean it up later. I'm going to guess that that's the issue there. And then set, oh, I forgot to do, this should be a print, right? Yeah, it should be a print. And then, oh, yeah, it's just telling me what it is. And then it doesn't like this. Mismatched types. Expected vendor result. Oh, I put too many nuns. Okay. No more items. Oh, and I forgot to increment J, so I got to go through and do that. What's wrong here? Oh, that was the issue. There's no item. So that's why I couldn't do the enumerate. We still have an error. Oh, because we're not handling the run state. Okay, that's fair. Vendor cell mode menu. Okay, so let's just temporarily put the J plus equals 1. And that should fix that. And then we can do the vendor buy menu, which is shorter. Although some of this is the same. See, here we do the enumerate. I'm going to put the enumerate back in and see if it was just the fact that item wasn't being included. Get rid of this line here. And get rid of that line there. No. Oh, it's different because I put a 0 instead of a closing delimiter. Okay, so I think we're good. All right, so we'll leave that enumerate, and then we're going to have the vendor buy menu, and now we're going to handle this. Use create raw star. And then we don't. Okay. I'm trying to see where else is create raws used. Because it looks like we could just ignore this line. All right, let's see what happens. Let vendors is GCS read storage vendor. Wrap. Categories. And raws. Oh, this is where we have to use it. Okay, lock. Unwrap. So if I say use create raws star, that pulls this raws in, but it should also pull and get vendor items, right? Let's see if it does. Oops. And then count. Oh, there's a semicolon there. What else did I miss? Close paren. Let count is inventory len. And then we're going to do the draw box, and we're going to just copy all this stuff here and change it to by which item. And then space to switch to sell mode. Okay. And now we're going to say for J and sale. Again, we're going to have the same code here, right? CTX set, all of this stuff. Oh, this middle one should be yellow. Okay. But everything else is the same, right? Except we're not going to do equipable.push. Like that. So why did we do equipable.push there? I missed that. Here's the equipable.push. Oh, because we're returning it here as the option to sell. Okay. And here we already have inventory from this, so we don't have to worry about pushing what we're doing. Okay. So then we say match CTX key. Actually, this is very similar too. So let's just copy this from up here. And then just edit it to what we need it to be. Because if it's none, there's no response. If it's some key, then we want to match on the key. Virtual key code space. Oh, this should be escape. I messed that up. There we go. Okay, let's go back down here. Letter to option. If it's in the right region, then we're going to do a by. And instead of equipable, we say inventory. And then we're going to also pass, oh, this is none, like this. And then it's .0 clone and .1, like that. And vendor no result, no response, none. Okay. Back in main. Okay, so let's see if this checks. We don't have vendor. We can't use name. Oh, it's sale.0 and sale.1. Okay. And this should take us back to our game state code. Yep. To say, oh, we're missing this state. We need to add vending to the game's overall state machine. So here's where we call into the GUI and figure out what's going on. Now, is it up here that we do this? Here's show cheat menu. This is the main menu. But for, yeah, so this is show inventory and show targeting, show remove item, show drop item. Okay, so it's in here. That's fair. Oops. Let's put it right here after show remove item. Okay, let results. And I'm going to match result.0. Our new run state is run state. Okay, so that allows us to cancel out of it. GUI vendor result, no response. We just stay where we are. If we're selling, result.1.unwrap .unwrap dot base value. There's another place where we calculate the value in two different places. That's not good. Self ECS write storage. There should be a on the item thing that we pull. We should say we should have a method that does that. Pools get mut self ECS fetch entity dot unwrap dot gold plus equals price, and then self ECS delete entity result one unwrap expect unable to delete. And if we're unable to delete it, then we have a item duplication bug, right? And then GUI vendor result buy. What are we buying? Tag result to unwrap. Oh, sorry, Blark, I missed your comment. When you build your own roguelike, do you plan to build the engine from scratch, or are you going to build on top of an existing one? I was going to learn the Bevy ECS next, and then build on top of Bevy ECS, just so I have a different ECS perspective. There's also, and I'm starting to look at this, although I haven't gone through it yet. YouTube, build your own ECS. There was a, I can't see it now, and I forget who did it. ECS component or system overview in 7 minutes. There's somebody who's like learning Rust. Improve your Rust skills by making an ECS library. So I thought this would be an interesting. I'm not going to watch it online here. But where's the playlist? There's no playlist. There's definitely a playlist for it. Yeah, this is the playlist. Beautiful playlist. There we go. This is what I want to do. So improve Rust skills by making ECS library. So it would be interesting to go through this, maybe not online, but offline, and figure out how ECSs work, and then use Bevies. Because I'm sure this is just be an example, like a reference spec ECS rather than a highly performant ECS. So I was planning on using an existing ECS, and then yes, building a roguelike in WASM. Epic says, I haven't looked closely at Bevy, but I've been hearing good things about it. Yeah, me too. I'm in the same boat you are there. It might be good, it might not be good, I don't know. But I don't know of any other highly performant ECS crates that are out there. It might be good to do some research before I dive in, right? What are we doing here? I'm doing the buy menu now. So the tag, the price, grab the pools, and then player pools. Oh, I did this thing where my there. But the pools is self ECS write storage pools like that. Okay, and then if player pools gold is greater than or equal to price. Okay, we're calling drop on pools. Whenever I've tried to use drop to get around something that the borrow checker was complaining about, it's never worked. So there must be something in my mental model of the way it drops, the way ownership works that I still don't get yet. Dennis Maxim asks, finish the Cinecore? Yeah, I did. I finished it last week. It took me, I did it over the course of 4 days. And it's in my playlist on YouTube if you want to see that. Where is it? There. All 4 days are right there. And it was a lot of fun. It was like a, what did I call it? Advent of Code Light. Because it did have a number of challenges, and they did get progressively harder, but it was short. There were only like 6 or 7 different challenges to do. And then, oops, I messed something up here. Oh, I didn't finish this statement. Spawn type carried. Oh, okay, so they're going to spawn it directly into your backpack by player entity. And what's interesting here, that's right. Yeah, okay, now it's matching up. Okay, and then we have to, I forgot these 2 lines here. If it's not by, if we're in by mode, then we continue by mode. New run state is run state show vendor and okay, gonna have to put this on the next line. Mode is vendor mode by, and cell mode. Oops. There should be a colon. Yep. Okay, that finishes that up. You can now buy and sell goods from vendors. Wow, that's pretty exciting. Let's do that. First, let's see if this checks. Expected identifier found keyword let. Oh, duh. Okay. Yeah, okay, everything else got messed up too, right? We just got cascaded compilation errors. Pools has to be correct. Vendor mode. What does it like about that? Expected, comma, or closed brace. Oh, vendor mode. I bet you. No, I have a crate star here. Oh, and vendor mode comes from here. Show vendor has vendor mode. Maybe the pools thing messed it up. No. Cannot find pool in the scope. Oh, did I mess up something? Why is it trying to find pool in the scope? Oh, this is in... What did I do wrong? I must have messed up a brace somewhere. No, I don't see what I did wrong. Spawn named item is messed up too. Okay. Oh, I should be calling spawn named entity, not spawn named item. That's the problem there. Right, because spawn named item is it's private. Oh, not anymore. They made it public. Okay. Spawn name mob is public and spawn name prop. So why did we do the spawn name entity then, if those are going to be public? All right. We got to figure out this other thing. Why it's not doing show vendor properly here. Let's go back to this and see what I messed up. Oh, Carino says, I think Legion ECS is very performant, but impact from its macros on compile time was way too high for me. Yeah, we have some macros in here that take a while. It takes 18 seconds to build this code now, and it's just I think that's just part of the price you pay for ECS is you spend the time during compile time to make things faster during runtime. Just true of any ECS. I don't know. What's going wrong here? We got this, we got this, we got this. If I comment these out, it's going to complain that these aren't being used. But let's comment them out. Okay, so maybe this is the problem. Oh, no response. Yeah, buy mode and sell mode are not covered. So maybe now these will work. Nope. Oh, I cannot put the word mode. Why did that take me so long to figure out? We still have 2 warnings though. So line 680 of GUI. Yep, okay, so there was an underscore there. Okay, but there's no underscore anywhere else. Very good. Okay, so that should clean up all these errors and warnings. And now we should be able to buy and sell rations, meat, and beer. One thing I just thought of is now if we buy stuff, it's not going to automatically update the encumbrance, right? Because we're not setting the encumbrance thing anywhere. All right. Well, I don't have any gold, so that's an issue. So let me start with gold. Tutorial spawners, pools. Let's give myself 100 gold to start. But yeah, I think if we look on this here, you're seeing the gold go down, but you're not seeing the weight that the player's carrying. So that might be an issue. Let's see what they do here for the vendor mode. No, they just spawn it directly into your backpack and they don't worry about. Or is spawn named item supposed to take care of that? I don't think so. I think spawn named item just. It does add a. Does it? Because it's creating an entity. It does add the initiative penalty, the weight, and the base value. J.H. Cursel, thank you for the follow. We're about to wrap up the stream at this point anyway, but I do want to see if we can figure out why. If there's something, because you can see that it says 10 pounds. I don't know. It's very small, unfortunately, and it's a GIF, so you can't really enlarge it. Can I do this? Open an image, a new tab, and make it bigger this way? No, I can't. It won't grow. What about? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see this is still 10 pounds, and even though they're buying things or selling things, and the weight's not changing, and that's because the encumbrance is not being triggered. The encumbrance modification system is not being triggered. Let's see if that holds true for here. So we're starting with 100 gold now. If I go to this vendor here, the barkeep, and try to walk on him, it triggers the sell menu. If I hit space, it switches to the buy menu. So if I should be able to buy a bunch of beer now. See, and my weight is not, we know that beer is 2 pounds. My weight is not going up or down. Okay, I just bought a bunch of beer. I'm going to hit escape to cancel. Now if I drop the beer, I went from 11 pounds to 31 pounds just by dropping the beer. All right, so there's a bug there with the encumbrance system, but that's all right. We'll just keep that in the back of our heads while we finish out the stream here. And remember it for tomorrow. Maybe it'll get addressed tomorrow. Get add source, get commit, can now buy and sell from vendors. All right, let's push that up to. That's not mine. Where's mine? Here's mine. All right, so that's good. And we did one whole chapter. So tomorrow we're going to work on deeper caverns. More cheating. I'm going to start off with more cheating. I don't know if you can hear that, but the train's going by in the background. That's very nice. That's a good way to close it out. All right, so thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Appreciate the help and the assistance and the feedback. It's all good stuff. And thank you everyone for the follows. I will see you tomorrow when we explore deeper caverns, and we'll keep in the back of our heads, think about the vendor system and how we can fix it so that encumbrance gets calculated correctly when you buy stuff. All right. Take care, everyone, and have a great day, or a great rest of your day.